Yeah, so hello everyone, and welcome to the live. And currently, I'm the only one driving it. I will be joined with my partners in a while, but till then, uh, let's go. So, uh, as we all know that today we had the IPL auction, and it was such an exciting day, like one of the most exciting days in the year, and it's so fun to watch the IPL auction. So I'm still waiting for our viewers to join, and there are certain exciting IPL news that I want to talk about today. And it's yeah, so yeah, no worries, Saptarsi, no worries. Uh, yeah, thank you, Subrodeep, for your comment. Yeah, man, ja, yeah, I am doing good. I'm doing good. I'm currently at home on a vacation, and I had time. So yeah, lucky us. And yeah, जाते जाते हमने जेमिसन ले लिया. Yeah, at the end we wanted to get Jamison and we got it. I'll be talking more about it in deep as we go ahead. And yeah, uh, and yeah, like the feel for this is to be honest, it's a good side. Okay, I it's still not a side that can score 250s, not like SRH and kind of that. We are not such a side, but the thing is, we have Kale at the top, and then we have Prithvi if we want to go for an Indian guy, or we have Nisanka and Ben Duckett. But Nisanka and Kale can give us what Sai, Gill, and Butler do for, not Butler, but at least Sai and Gill do for Gujarat Titans, like the bringing in a lot of runs. So these are that kind of players. Then we have Nitish Rana, and as Nitish Rana's replacement, we have Abhishek Porel, and then we have Samir Rizvi also there. And like I don't get it. Like, what do you mean by why? Then we have Akshar Patel, then Miller and Stubbs, then Asutosh, then Vipras, then this Akib guy who can also hit, and or Mukesh, and then Stark Natarajan. So yeah, looks a decent side, a competitive side, but definitely it would require uh, good runs at the top, from the top. See, it was definitely sure that last year the opening combination was not working, and DC needed a good opening player, and we had a few options. Like Duckett was there, Seifert was there, Tom Banton was there, that Finn Allen was there. So these were the few names out there, available out there. And I believe that getting someone like Finn Allen is someone who can do the same thing like Phil Saul, giving a lot of runs at very quick strike rate. Ben Duckett is not that kind of a player, but still, the kind of opportunities were out there. He's still a good buy at 2 CR. So yeah, overall a decent one, not bad. Good lineup actually. Saw, Kale, Ben, Rana, Stubbs, Akshar, Stark, Nakarajan. Yeah, I don't know who is Ben, by the way. Subodip, who is so Ben Duckett? Sorry, my bad. Yeah, 2 years, man. Hey, man. Yeah, uh, yeah. So yeah, DC is a decent side. So I'm still waiting for my partner to join, and once he join, we can have a yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, long time. I actually joined one of the lives a couple of days back. So yeah, but yeah, long time. I have some free time at hand these days. So yeah, giving it back to the channel. So yes, thank you for joining again. And yeah, so so I said we should get started. And we should get started and uh, go over the team one by one, maybe. So hmm, I have this teams thing here. Yeah, let's go with the defending champions. Okay, let's start with the defending champions. Uh, Just give me a moment. Just give DC cooked in auction. No, yeah, thanks, man. DC cooked. Yeah, the DC definitely had a few good buys. So yeah, it was really good. And to be honest, the vibe of the auction this year was either the players were a steal deal or they went unsold. So if you look across the teams, across the buys, they were pretty cheap. Like Finn Allen at base price is pretty uh amazing, right? So yeah, uh, so most of the players that others got were like pretty at the base price. So yeah, let's go team by team. Let's go over the Royal Challenges Bangalore. And uh, just give me a moment. Yeah, so Royal Challenges Bangalore, they won a few good ones. They were they had retained their core, so there wasn't a lot of things that they were needing, but they got someone like Venkatesh Iyer. So Venkatesh Iyer was actually went to that prize last year because of the war between KKR and RCB, and this year also KKR was interested, but they actually went back. Now Venkatesh Iyer will be at RCB, maybe replacing what Devdut Padikkal did. And I personally feel that he's a good player. Maybe he got maybe he got uh, a little bit overwhelmed with the prize and the news that were surrounded with that. So but overall, it's a he's a good buy. And Jacob Duffy as a replacement bowler for Josh Hazelwood, again a great buy. Then young an Indian guy, Mangesh Yadav, and I personally don't know a lot about him, but he's pretty young, 23 years of age, and they paid huge money for him. And currently, the number of games he has played doesn't speak a lot about him because he has just played a couple of T20 games, and but his strike rate in those couple of games is to over 200. So maybe that is one of the reasons. And definitely the other thing is, hey Tomodeep. So yeah,
Hey,
we
hi,
have,
Ashish.
yeah. So yeah, currently I was going over RCB.
Okay.
So yeah, I was going over RCB's auction, and and I was looking at the Mangesh Yadav's record, and maybe he's one of the scouted guys. And honestly, he comes from uh, Madhya Pradesh, and RCB has a lot of Madhya Pradesh guys with their captain now Venki Iyer and this Mangesh Yadav.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is another good buy. And then comes in Vicky Otswal, a guy who spent a lot of years at Delhi Capitals, under 19 guy from US Bulls batch. Never got an IPL game till now, but yeah, he's one of those Akshar Patel kind of a player. So maybe he can get a few games at RCB and we will be able to see his talent. But he's a good talent. That is something I know about him. And they also went behind Akib Dar, but they lost that bidding war against Delhi Capitals. They till win till 1.9 CR. And uh, last mention is Jordan Cox. So Jordan Cox has been doing really well with Dubai Capitals. He is with the Capitals franchise. So I was hoping that Capitals actually goes after him, but instead of going after another batter, Capitals went after a bowler, and now they have like four foreign bowlers. So that's a different story. But Jordan Cox, getting him, maybe he can do where they tried to fit Jacob Bettel or Liam Livingstone last year. So yeah, maybe at that place of middle order player batter, he can also keep if needed. He can be your keeper. So yeah, he's a great buy at the base price 75, and he's doing really well for Delhi Capitals. Yesterday itself, he scored like 49 runs at 160 strike rate, if I'm not wrong. So doing pretty good. So yeah, a pretty pinpointed strategy by RCB, and they were still left with 25 lakhs in their purse, but they had all the 25 players covered. So yeah, That's about RCB. Do we have any comments? They got connected currently under 19 off spin all rounder. Yeah, Mangesh, he's a backer for Yes Dayal and he's a death over specialist, excellent death bowler. Okay, uh, that's good views and also very good hard hitter. Yeah, as we mentioned, we saw that he has a strike rate of over 200 in the couple of games that he has played from Madhya Pradesh. So yeah, he's an exciting prospect. And Kanix Chaudhary is an off spinner. Yeah, they got a few these Indian uncapped players as well, like Vihan Malhotra, Kanix Chauhan, who also happens to be a bowler, and Ravi Singh. No, they couldn't get Ravi Singh, but they went after Ravi Singh. And Satvik Deswal, they went after him as well. So these are a few unkept players. I honestly don't know a lot about them right at this point, but yeah. So Tamodi, do you have any further points to share regarding RCB? Like, what's your
Well,
views?
I think this auction wasn't a very big target for RCB, except they had a couple of gaps. I shouldn't say gaps, but they wanted to strengthen their uh, bench strength. For example, they added Venki Iyer. So last year also they went really hard for him, but this time the stock went down for Venki Iyer, and that was a great addition, I would say. Last year we were thinking that their top five in their top five six they hardly had any lefty option, but they had to go with Devdut Padikkal, someone who is not so great in T20 in terms of strike rate. Even though they won the championship, and for which I believe Devdut Padikkal will be their obvious first choice, number three. But having Venki Iyer as an option in the bench, I I think RCB would like to utilize Venkia whenever there is a possibility. For example, maybe with impact serve, or let's say sometimes if Devduk doesn't play.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so that's from RCB. Now moving to another team who had a very chilled out day. Were the runners up from the last season, Punjab Kings, and a very unusual season for them, auction for them, because they are the ones who actually are the most busy team across the years, across the auctions.
Mm.
Pretty uh, unusual behavior from them, and that is obviously from coming from the fact that they had such a good side, and they had a couple of buys that actually stands out, being Ben Dwarcia's 4.4 cr. Ben Dwarcia is obviously the Australian flavor. Okay,
Yeah,
although I
that was a
personally
good
feel
pick.
that
That was a good pick.
the Ricky Ponting thing,
Yeah.
yeah. So we have gonna yeah, we have
Just
a
to add
few
on to
comments.
that, when you are speaking about Punjab, you know that they let Josh English go to the
Yeah,
auction.
yeah,
They did
yes, yes.
let but,
Uh,
and see what is the price of Josh English?
Yeah, no,
Just
that's not the case.
9 crore.
Josh, they had to let go Josh English because he won't be available for this season. He will be available just for 4 matches.
Yeah, even after that, I don't know how LSG picked up for around 9 to 10 crore.
Yeah, yeah,
That was the funniest part of the auction. If
yeah,
I keep aside Akash Ambani's first bid, that should be the second one.
yeah. Uh, yeah, let's go over the comment before moving into Punjab. Uh, I want to give you name their own intent. Satvik Deswal, the young Chinaman bowler, last 4 years in RCB. In their own intent, Satvik Deswal. Oh, so Satvik Deswal was with RCB for the last 4 years. That's great. And Suya Summers backup. Yeah, and a Chinaman. Chinamans are rare. So if
Yeah,
they can really make something good out of him, that would be great. Yeah. So Tomandeep gonna watch KKR RCB and Chinnaswamy. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
yeah. Chinnaswamy got the approval from Karnataka state government to host IPL, although it's
Okay.
temporary basis contract. But let's see.
Okay. Getting both Miller and Duckett. Yeah. We discuss about it in the DC thing. But yes, it's a still. And as I
It,
already mentioned, most of the buys this season have been still by most of the teams. So yeah, but
yeah,
yes,
if you observe the option closely, apart from Patirana or Chris Green, you see that overseas players were not that high in terms of money. The auction was mostly about the young Indian talent.
yeah. So, now moving back to Punjab, so one is definitely Ben Warsiers, the left arm bowler who can actually bat. He can tonk the ball, and I find him a very good player in BBL. But at IPL standards, I find him a bit average kind of a player. Even for international, he
Not
couldn't
so-
sign that much. But yeah, but he's a good addition because since they don't have a lot of bases to cover, he is a good lower order batter and a bowler. Cooper Connolly is another good addition.
yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't see a lot of teams going up behind him. Just three beats, and Punjab was able to win that auction. Uh, yeah, and yeah, he's an exciting prospect. Apart from that, they got their leggy. They went for Rahul Chahar till 5 CR, but they couldn't get him. So they went for Praveen Dubey and got him. Now Praveen Dubey with Ricky Ponting is a kind of a very weird love story, because when he was there at Delhi Capitals, every year he used to get released, and every year at the best price he used to get. He used to come back to Delhi Capitals, and then he went to when he Ponting went to Punjab. The same story is repeating for Praveen Dubey at Punjab. So he's a good leg. Well, he's a leg spinner. I don't know, and he can also bat a bit. But in IPL, we haven't seen a lot about him, and even in the domestic seasons, he hasn't stood out a lot. But yeah, he's a decent backup, or if needed, he can play in the starting 11 as well. So yeah, we would definitely come back with a proper playing 11 for each of the team when we analyze. Currently, we are just analyzing each buys and stuff. So
Uh, as you mentioned about Rahul Chair, I have a question for all of you. Like, how many times CSK actually picked a leg spinner at Chepauk? It's rare. They mostly used to go for finger spinner or maybe mystery spinners like Noor Ahmed. Jadeja has been
yeah,
a long
that's
addition this side,
that's
but this time they
but
switched to leggy.
yeah, but for major part of CSK's journey, they had good players, like they had Ashwin, they had Jadeja,
Yeah.
covering a lot of bases for them. Karan Sharma was there, a leg spinner, if I'm not wrong.
Karan Sharma, yes, for some time. Yeah.
Yeah. So these players actually cover a lot of bases for
Hey,
this
if I'm not wrong, he was there in 2018, right?
Imran Tahir was there. Yeah, another name. Imran Tahir was with CSK.
Tahir, correct.
So yeah, Rahul Chahar. So yeah, we would discuss a bit more about it when we move to CSK. So or let's move to CSK itself. Now let's move to the two teams. We are done with the two finalists from last year. Now let's move to the two teams who came in with the highest purse. So let's start with CSK. And these two teams definitely had the busy day at the auction table. So looking at their buys, they definitely went behind Cameron Green, which was obvious that Cameron Green was the end battle was actually going to be behind between these two teams, because his final price was actually above all the other teams' total remaining purse. So that was one thing. They went behind Ravi Bisnoi as well, but they lost that bid. Then they went behind. Then they got Akil Hussain at the
That
base
was a
price.
steal deal.
And,
That was a
yeah,
steal deal.
Akil,
Absolutely.
Akil Hussain is a decent player. He gives you the same thing from as Jadeja, but but yeah, but I
So,
feel
an
but
overseas
also
slot.
but yeah, but he definitely isn't the same skill set kind of a player. He is more of a baller who can bat a bit, not someone
Better.
like Jadeja is someone who can
Proper all
who
rounder.
proper, like his bowling and batting are equally good. Even I would say at today's date, his batting is actually above his bowling. Like you wouldn't play
Not in
Jadeja.
T20s, I would say. In test for sure, but I wouldn't agree. in T20.
Yeah. So he's a much better batter as well. So Akil Hussain is not giving you that thing. Plus, he's taking an overseas slot. But yeah, whatever you get is what you get. Then they went behind these two youngsters at
Very far.
14.2 CR for both of them, Kartik Sharma and Prasant Veer. So, and Prasant Veer is another guy who gives you the same uh, thing as Jadeja, right? If I'm not wrong, he gives you that. Just let me check a bit just to
I'm
be
also
sure.
curious about Matt Henry's pick for CSK. Like how long a swing bowler will be handy at Chepauk. I think they could have gone for Fizz instead. Like they could have tried a little harder.
They went behind phase, but yeah, price was one of the issue. Samuel Badri also played for CSK in 2014, and
And
fees के लिए key বক্তব্য তোর তোমর yeah, the next team which we will be discussing is KKR. So then we will take this question. Gaurav, just hold up. We will take your question definitely just after CSK. I feel CSK still has that finishing issue, relies on a 44 strawberry farmer and rookie. Matt Shot decent by, but can he bat down? Yeah, Matt Shot. Yeah, definitely the finishing is an issue, or they have to depend upon the rookies. Matthew Shot is another top order player, so yeah, CSK definitely has that thing not yet figured out. Maybe they will expect Bravis to play some another role, or I don't know. But having Jadeja, like the last IPL they won because of Jadeja. So Bab Jadeja, up UPT emerging player two times. Prasan Veer Jadeja, Bab Jadeja. Are matlab, see, put respect on the name of Jadeja. Come on, man. Okay, uh,
nobody can
doing
replace Jadeja, man.
doing something great in UP2 to T20 is great, great. But that's UP T20. Jadeja has done it like
And Jadeja is a world class all rounder.
let's not
And
go
he's been
into
doing the job for more than a decade.
for for more than a decade and
And almost
across
two
the
decades.
formats, across geographies, across tournaments. So let's not go there. But yeah, but they have put money on Prasan Veer with the hope that
Yeah.
he will give the same returns someday as Jadeja. Matt Henry homecoming after 2015. Yeah, to be honest, Matt Henry, I actually got to know Matt Henry first when CSK picked him up in the auctions. So that is how I came to know Matt Henry like back in the days. And as you said, having Matt Henry as the baller, I don't know. See, the options were less. They tried harder for fees, they couldn't get. So Matt Henry is also a good new baller, and uh, uh, I would have expected Delhi Capitals to go behind him because they went harder behind phase. They went hard. They
Mhm.
ended up with Jamison, so they definitely needed a pacer. So why not Matt Henry? They even went behind Adam Milne. So why not Matt Henry? That didn't make sense to me, to be honest. But yeah, uh, take your question. Yeah, I'm taking your question, Gaurav. Like, yeah, I've taken one of your question. The other question about fees in KKR, we will take up in the next team when we'll discuss KKR. And Prasan Veer is a very good addition. Yeah, definitely Prasan Veer is a good addition. But then again, in my experience of watching IPL, it's the 20-30 lakh guys, 30-50 lakh guys in today's market who actually signs up big. The
Yeah.
guys that you buy for a huge money, the uncapped ones, usually don't actually give you that returns.
Mm.
And can you really recall an uncapped guy going for huge amounts and actually giving huge returns? Uh, Maybe Vyavav Surivanshi did, but he didn't went for that humongous price.
Yeah.
Even the Varun Chakravarti went for big monies initially, but
Yeah.
couldn't give big returns. But eventually, after many years, he was able to give. So I'm not really sure. Definitely, so he's a good addition, uh, but
We have to
getting
see
results
the
out of
time will
him
tell.
will might take time. So yeah, and Saptarshi Six, Jack Folks. Yeah, Jack Folks. I was coming to him itself. Like Jack Folks is also a good addition to the team now. And if I'm not wrong, they have another guy. What's his name? Who was actually retained? by CSK. Wait, just let me check. That Englishman, that Englishman who can bat. Uh, am I missing something? Just give me one moment. Jamie Overton. Yeah, Jamie Overton. They have Jamie Overton. Okay, so yeah, so they already have Jamie Overton. So yeah, they have Jamie Overton. Hmm. Uh, yeah, I want Liam or he can. I wanted Liam or Jack Edwards. Yeah, Jack Edwards or Liam both went to SRH, but they can they ball good spin bowling, lower order. Jack Edwards actually did well for the Sydney game that Sydney played. Sixers played a couple of days back. So yeah, but hard luck, man. But yes, someone like a spinner who can bat. The CSK definitely needed someone like him who could actually play the finisher role. But hard luck, कितना चाहेगा जडेजा का हर बॉल. See, okay. I'm so at least by like I'm not. I'm just putting respect on Jadeja's name and nothing else. Okay, that's all. Like I don't have any personal affection towards Jadeja. So young guys adapt well at top, but finishing is a tough job. Asutu's last one. Yeah, finishing is a tough job. And see, with the problem with finishing is you fail more than you succeed. Okay, because from the ball one you need to hit, and you need to hit against opponents' best bowlers. Okay, so that's a tough job. So what happens when suppose you have a big name, you bring someone like Russell, Powell, Hetmer, or whoever the finisher is for your team, Maxwell, whoever is. If they fail for a couple of games, you still give them a longer run because you know that these guys are proven to finish. Just because they fail in a couple of matches, you are not going to drop them. But when a youngster fails, you are most likely
Yeah.
to not even trust him, and you are
Yep.
more likely to drop him, and that is the problem which comes. So if you are giving a finishing job to a youngster, then give him a longer rope. Don't. But then it's just a 14 game tournament and you lose a couple of games and you are back. You are losing your momentum and things start to get difficult. So yes, I agree with Saptarsi. Yeah, Jamie Overton is the guy. Tomodip will lead the
But
discussion in KKR. Definitely, Tomodip will lead the discussion. So, do we have anything else for discuss for the CSK? Folks, we have discussed. Actually, they went behind Jack Edwards. They lost the bid. They went behind Dwarcius as well. They lost it. Rahul Chahar, they picked. We have already discussed. Matt and Sarfraz Khan. Okay, Sarfraz Khan. These are the couple of names that I want to discuss. Sarfraz
where
Khan.
they are gonna put Sarfaraz Khan in the lineup?
Yeah, that's a question I even don't know. But
How
yes,
how is
but
their batting lineup gonna look like?
see, maybe we will discuss it properly someday. But currently, I don't know. Like it's a tough batting lineup to put with
Yeah,
Sarfraz Khan
because
in it.
mostly the batters they picked are top order
Oh, but
heavy.
yeah. So Sarfraz, not really sure, but he deserved the chance to be honest. Now
Yeah,
it
of
will
course.
come down a
Nice.
lot upon how these youngsters play in the uh, uh, show up in the remaining time as well as the camp games. If suppose in the camp the games Sarfraz actually outplays someone like the other guys, then he might get the starting chance ahead of them. So now he has a chance to actually prove himself and actually get that chance and prove. But still, with Sarfraz, what I feel is a great cricketer against average bowling conditions and a very average cricketer against good bowling conditions. Again, so I don't know. Even though he has scored a century, today he scored a 22 ball 73. Another game he scored 60 odd of 20 balls. I know he has done good. That's why he got the chance. But still, like I'm not really sure how he will perform at the highest stage when you will get the international standard uh, ballers and everything. So that will be
Adding
an
on to
interesting.
that, he will be playing at Chepauk. The condition is not so
batting
suitable
friendly.
for batters.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Definitely, definitely, uh definitely. That's the thing, it's not a batting friendly condition, so I'm not really sure, but then having the chance is important, and Sarfraz has got the opportunity, has got the chance. Now it's up to him how he proves himself, and he has worked hard behind the scenes. So let's hope. And same, I will talk about Prithvi Shaw when we get there, but yes, Prasant Veer is a floater. Yeah, definitely Prasant Veer can be a floater in the order, and floaters are obviously helpful. And as our coach has mentioned, our Indian coach Gautam Gambhir, uh, openers are fixed, everyone else is a floater.
Mhm.
So yeah, yeah, being a floater is a great job. Kartik Sharma khelega. Okay, Kartik Sharma is another addition. Yeah, you usually don't pay 14 and the 14 plus CR for a player and ask him to bench. If you're paying him that much, then definitely you want him in the starting 11. And again, I'm not really sure where he will play. Sarfraz backup, yeah, it might be he's a backup for now, but again, when the camp is set up and everything starts to happening, and if Sarfraz actually shows his talent there, then who knows? He might get that edge. ফিজ নিয়ে কি বক্তব্য Tomodipper? Yeah, fees, we are coming to that. If CSK avoided Rahul Chahar, would have got Jack. Yeah, maybe. Yes, definitely. They spent a lot of budget for that Rahul Chahar spinner thing, but Gaurav is saying Cheepak is batting friendly nowadays. Yeah, nowadays every pitch is batting friendly, but in the
Mm. Compared to other stadiums, Chepauk is not up to the mark.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So that is what he probably meant. And Matthew Short we discussed, Kartik Sharma we have discussed. Yeah, so we are probably done with CSK. They did a good job. 8 overseas done. 2.4 CR left, which they might use in next year, or may use it for Dhoni pension scheme. But but yeah, mm, uh, but yeah. Now let's move to KKR, and I'm asking Tomodip to lead the KKR talks.
So as Gaurav was asking about Fizz, before the auction starts, I doubt even one or two out of 100 analysts would have predicted that KKR would go for around 10 crores for Fizz. I mean, that was quite surprising. KKR spending such a huge amount for a bowler who is not gonna be part of your starting 11. That was quite shocking for me. And especially when you had options like Jacob Duffy. I'm not sure why they picked up Fizz. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, yeah, I have an opinion that all the other bowling options by KKR are right arm seamers. They
Ah,
probably
one
want
left addition. Yes,
that.
I
That's
get
probably
it.
the only reason that I get, to be honest. And the other thing is, I don't know. And Fiz is probably a good bowler on slow grounds. KKR is a small
Yeah,
ground with a
Tipper could
ball.
have been bad ace for Fizz, but Eden
Yeah,
Gardens, I genuinely
yeah,
doubt.
yeah. So I'm really doubtful, if how he will actually handle this. So I'm really
I
doubtful.
think
But
Spencer Johnson would have done better job
see,
because he's kind of a swing bowler, and if you see during the evening, Eden Gardens uh, kind of gets the swing of the ball in initial phase.
yeah, definitely.
Sure.
So yeah, that is one thing. I'm not really sure about phase. And another thing is they also got another pacer, right? I forgot his name. They got another pacer. KKR. Wait, let me check.
Pathirana,
Pathirana. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
of course, that was no brainer. Cam Green and Pathirana, KKR allocated a huge budget for them. There was no doubt.
Yeah. According to you, who are going to be the top for starting foreigners for KKR? That is my first question to you. Second question is, where do you see Narin batting?
Ah, that's a good question. But coming to your first question, I think Nareen, Cam Green, Pathirana, along with that Finn Allen, will be KKR's primary four players.
Come again,
And
Fina, Green,
it also
Pathirana.
leads to your second question. If Finn Allen is gonna open, which means you have to pick either of Nareen or Rahane as your opener, and that's a tricky part because Rahane is not so good uh, in terms of batting after first 6 overs. So in that case, are you going to sacrifice Sunil Narayan at the top?
And then comes
It looks like,
Raghuvanshi.
because if I see KKR's top four, given that Sunil Narayan is not playing, it will look like Finn Allen, Ajinkya Rahane, Raghuvanshi, Cam Green. You don't have a single lefty option, which means KKR might have the plan to utilize Sunil Narayan as a floater, like they used to do back in 2021 in the Brandon McCullum's era.
Hmm.
Or it's kind of unorthodox pick. Do they have actually planned to go with
Rachin
Anukul Roy
Ravindra.
in this
Oh,
season? Rachin Ravindra, I doubt it's more of a backup for Cam Green, someone who can come at number four in some of the matches, or maybe uh, if they want to go with an additional spin bowling option. Although I'm not a huge fan of Rachin Ravindra's spin bowling in T20s, especially if your home ground is Eden Gardens. So yeah, so I think it's more of a backup of Cam Green. Uh, so as what I was saying is, yeah, most likely Sunil Narayan is gonna be your floater.
makes sense. That makes sense. And KKR seem to be in a hunt for CSK players. Yeah, definitely. Uh, Not only hunt for CSK players, they have Bravo, who is the coach. So they have a pretty good CSK environment at the KKR camp. Team Seifert, I feel Team Seifert is more of a backup for Finn Allen.
Yeah,
That
and
is what
they picked Team Seifert based on his current form.
current
It's
form. Yeah, he scored
I
a hundred.
personally would have gone with Ben Duckett perhaps.
Yeah, maybe. Uh, but yeah, Cam Green at three,
I'm surprised that nobody picked Jamie Smith. Although, yeah, there is no doubt that he's coming to IPL for the very first time and he doesn't have any proven
India.
performance in the biggest T20 league. So maybe that's why franchises were a little bit hesitant to pick him.
Cam
And that
Green at
makes sense also.
yeah, and yeah, that's one of the thing, and maybe he priced him a bit too more. Like the teams were
True.
very reluctant to pay money and start at 2 CR. Maybe it's 1 or 1.5, 1 or 1.5. He would have got a call, but two maybe a little bit more. I
But
don't know.
I just
Like
have a feeling Jamie Smith would have suited KKR because if you would have gone for Jamie Smith, maybe you could push him to number five, and easily you would have utilized Sunil Narayan as an opener along with Finn Allen on the other side. Or let's say number three, when Rahane and Finn Allen are going to open.
cool.
Sorry. I wanted to say, I mean, Rahane and Nareen. So you put Jamie Smith at number five.
Hmm. That could have also been an option, but I'm probably saying that they are probably going to go with Powell at the number five. I'm kind of seeing that
Is it? I doubt playing
in the
in
playing 11. Yeah, because they need a foreign pacer, they need Narid, they need Green. These three are done, and
of course.
four is done. So yeah, that's difficult. That's actually
Yeah,
difficult.
and they went with two overseas opening batter who can keep. So
Or
which means one of them
Team
is
Seifert,
surely going to start.
even Raching, I would consider as an opener.
Well, he's still fine playing at number three or four because he's a good player of spin. I'm
Okay,
not sure how attacking he will be, but still, I think it can be considered based on the surface of Eden Gardens.
that's another thing. Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. As he said, Cam Green at three and Green said Raghuvanshi at four. With Raghuvanshi, my concern is that he's another guy. To get the best out of him, I feel maybe KKR is doing the same mistake they did with Gill. They are
Yeah,
repeating
under
with Raghuvanshi.
utilizing his potential. And if you
Yeah,
compare Green and Raghuvanshi, Green is of course a much better player of spin. He can attack with
sorry, you are
much
saying
more
Cam Green.
power.
Cam Green.
Green. Yeah,
No, no, I was saying that Subman Gill and Raghuvanshi. So when Gill was at KKR, he wasn't like utilized to his full potential, and when he moved back and got that opening slot and got that power play, and then he started building up that runs.
open
There is
and
another
search.
guy, Sai Sudarshan, who has a lot of runs, a lot of success, but he's very technically suited. What
Yeah,
I'm seeing about Raghuvanshi in this math, he's not doing good at all
yeah,
in the for Mumbai. Maybe if Raghuvanshi in the top order, I'm just saying, maybe, and give him that role, that try to replicate what Gill or Sudarshan does for their respective franchise. Just score a lot of runs. Don't worry a lot of your strike rate and
yeah,
everything. And maybe that is how Raghuvanshi will actually come up the order. He has a lot of potential, but at four, maybe because I feel he doesn't have that power. And if the opening has batted a lot, then he probably lacks that power that is needed in the lower order or the middle order. That is my opinion about Raghuvanshi. So, but still, with Nareen, with that Rahane, and then Raghuvanshi, the chances of him getting a chance at the topper order is very less. So,
yeah.
yeah,
Hey,
that's a
Rahane's addition, actually breaks the
team
KKR's
combination.
balance.
And yeah, actually, I also feel the same. Because maybe they needed someone who can bat at 4 or 5. Maybe Nitish
Yeah,
Rana, KKR would have been great, like batting at 4,
definitely.
Raghuvanshi. But
Somebody
yeah,
who
but
can,
even if but having Rahane there is actually, because even for Rahane you also need to give him the power play. Maybe for Raghuvanshi you
yeah,
also need to give him the power play. Narin also you need to give him the power play. So how many players
exactly.
will you
And
give them the power?
somebody says that he or she is going to open with Cam Green. How many openers do you have in the team?
Yeah, and you cannot push Cam Green below 3 or 4. 4 at best 4, like cannot go below
He
4.
plays at number 4 for Australia.
Yeah,
So
so 4,
4 should be
not below
good.
4. Yeah. So and I feel that maybe KKR is looking for a replacement of Phil Salt in the looks of Finn
Finn
Allen.
Allen. Yeah, yeah.
Similar kind of players, similar dynamics. So I'm really excited about how Finn
But
Allen
again,
actually plays.
pretty much,
Yeah,
I mean, very volatile player.
yeah. So
Might
kind
play
of the
4 out
same.
of 10 matches, but he can be the game changer in all of
Yeah,
those.
yeah. And before Phil Salt came to KKR, he was also a very volatile player. The last year,
Yeah, yeah,
before
yeah. So I
Delhi
think
Cap-
the condition of Eden Gardens, the pace and bounce that Finn Allen will get,
yeah,
will really help him
yeah,
to
exactly.
improve his average. And
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
in India, Eden Gardens is the ground that is closest to the condition of New Zealand or Australia. So Cam Green and Finn Allen, I think they found the best
Team.
stadium uh,
Yeah,
in
for
India.
even yeah, so for someone like Harry Brook was having a terrible season when he was with SRH, and he scored a century at Eden Gardens. So yeah, because
You see,
it's a very
stat, how many runs did he score outside of Eden Gardens? Even though he was astonishing back in 2024. So most of his runs actually came at Eden Gardens.
Eden Gardens. Yeah.
Even
So
Harry got a century at Eden.
yeah, I watched that game live. He was he
I went.
Yeah, I remember I was a bit late, and I walked in the stadium, and at that time Umesh Yadav was like
This
rushing
guy,
in,
man, that was
and the
so close.
first ball he drove it for a boundary, and
Yeah.
he didn't
And
look to score.
Aiden Markram on the other end. Damn.
So yeah, it was a good game. Anyways, as Ritik mentioned, where do you see Narin? And as Tomodip mentioned that maybe he will be used as a floater depending upon the conditions. If the so yeah, that's
Because I don't
uh,
see there is any possibility of Nareen coming beyond number 7. Else you are not at all utilizing him. So
yeah, if Nareen I feel if without being an opener, you don't see a lot of value in Nareen. I think that,
so maybe
but
in the middle, if the opponent is
if there are off spinners in the other
going
team.
with spin, so Nareen can come and smash the ball.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I remember there was this Abu Dhabi game between Delhi Capitals, the game where Varun picked up 5 wickets, and that actually changed
Yeah,
his
yeah,
career.
yeah.
Uh,
On the
uh,
other side, Shreyas Iyer really played well.
yeah, but so in that game, actually KKR was on the back foot, and then Narin and Rana actually played that great
80
innings in the
odd
middle, something
innings.
that actually took the total to a huge total, and
He came
that
at
changed the game.
3 or 4.
Sorry,
Three. He came at which number? 3 or
I
4?
don't remember that honestly, but yeah, but he came lower down and he smashed.
Yeah, that I also remember.
Rook smashed the Pacers, played spin cautiously. Yeah, definitely. And sometimes when he cannot uh, play well, he can blame the AQI, but still. Uh, Abhishek Nair confirmed that Narin will not open for sure. Okay. If he has
Yeah.
confirmed,
I
if
still see there is some gap in the lower middle order because apart from
yeah,
Rinku, there isn't much experience. So number five, Rinku,
yeah,
6, 7. You have to go with Ramandeep, and what is the other option? I mean, the young lad KKR bought at 3 crore, the wicket keeping batter.
uh, the wicket keepers Tejasvi Daya.
Maybe he is going to be part of your playing 11.
Yeah, literally, that is definitely there. If you don't play Powell, then you are leaving that Andre Russell slot empty. And
Hmm.
so
But it is
there's
going to be very difficult for a young star uh,
to
to come
come
at
and
number 6 or 7 and finish the game. There will be a lot of pressure.
and then they don't even have good options for that. So yeah. And yeah, KKR squad definitely looks good. Abhishek Nair confirmed the KKR is a good one. Yes. One question outside Steve Smith again on Soul. I don't recall Steve Smith even coming under the hammer, to be honest. Like I watched the entire auction and I don't recall him coming under the hammer. So maybe he didn't even come under the hammer, or maybe I missed him. I don't know. Players, if I go here and sort with country Australia, just give me one moment, okay? uh, Australia and apply filter. ठीक है क्या goal is a batter. Okay, Steve Smith. Okay, Steve Smith unauctioned. He was not auctioned itself, so let alone being unsolved, he was unauctioned. So nobody actually wanted to him, like, so I guess they have these players who register, and then there's team who actually sends the chart of the players they are interested, and they only
Because it's a
bring
mini
those,
option.
yeah, to the under the hammer. So even for the mega auction as well, I believe so, the teams actually
Not all the players come under the hammer.
come under the hammer, yeah, because like a lot of players actually put their name. Not every, it's feasible, not feasible to bring out everyone. This
What's
kicker
your
score
view
out.
on Matisha Pathirana playing at Asian?
See, you don't have a lot of bowling options, and KKR needed a death bowler at least. Vaibhav
Yeah,
Arora can bowl with the new ball. Harshit Rana, okay, he's doing good for India with the new ball, but in the end, like even in the last game, Aiden Markram
good.
got the better of him. So then you need someone
I
who
just
can
have a
actually
feeling Vaibhav will bowl 3 overs in the
in
power
the fall,
play.
yeah,
Harshit has to bowl 2 overs,
in the death,
or
in the death, Harshit is needed definitely.
yeah, 2 overs in the death by Harshit, and Pathirana 3 to 4 overs after 10. Varun will bowl 1 over in the power play, and then you will have your spinners in between um, 7 to 14. Cameron King might roll his hand there.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. We will definitely have a detailed discussion on each like the playing 11 and how they are going to do. We let's for the interest of time, let's move to the next team. We can move to Gujarat Titans for now. I wanna keep Delhi Capitals till the end. Okay, so I can spend some time there. Narin was breathing fire in the opening spot. In one of the seasons, I remember of 15. Yeah, definitely. And some seasons he has actually done really well. So yeah,
24.
going to Gujarat Titans and Tomodip, I'm looking at a different scheme. So if possible, you can pick the comments if anything comes. So yeah, let me take at the look at the beats that Gujarat Titans went for. They actually didn't go.
I'm getting a call, guys. So sorry. I'm gonna have to leave. Sorry. Bye bye.
So
It was nice joining you over there.
yeah, so yeah guys, and if I'm on a different screen, so if you think I am not picking up your comment, just be patient, I will pick it up. Now we have spent a lot of time on KKR. Let's move to Gujarat. Gujarat has picked up 7 players, overseas players only, and they have 18 Indian players, and they got Luke Wood and Prithviraj Yara. They got these players at best price. They got Tom Banton, maybe as a replacement for our very own Josh Butler, and they lost the battle for Dwarciers for Edward for Livingstone, but they got Jason Holder. They had Gerald Koije, if I'm not wrong, so maybe a similar kind of a player, but with more experience. Then they got Ashok Sharma, and they tried for Venki Iyer, but they lost. So not a lot of action for Rajasthan Royals, for Gujarat Titans at the table, and they are pretty much a settled side, and they just look more at filling in the gaps, mostly, like the replacements and everything, for the players that they released. So and maybe Luke Wood is a like a replacement, a backup for Kagishore Abala. And that is how they had their auction. So a pretty quiet day for Gujarat Titans at the table. And do you guys have any questions for Gujarat? If not, we can move to the next team. And the next team is LSG, another North Indian team with who still has more than 4.5 CR left in the purse, but all the players were uh, taken. The funny thing is they went behind Josh English, who will just play 4 games. He's a top order player. No, he can even play at the lower order, but still, Josh English, and they have so many wicket keepers: Pant, Puran, English. So that was a funny thing, but they are probably looking at across the years, maybe for next year and something like that. And they got some youngsters like Raghuvanshi, Akshat Raghuvanshi, and Naman Tiwari, Mukul Chaudhary, the wicket keeper. They even got him. They got Norkia at the best price. They wanted the other bowler. They were going behind. If I'm not wrong, they were interested in Patirana, but they couldn't get Patirana. So they got Norkia. They actually need bowlers. They let go their spinners, so they got Hasaranga as the replacement. But with Josh English, if for this season Josh English won't be playing, the team that looks is Mars Markram, Puran, and then either Norkia or Hasaranga. So either of the two can play. So yeah, the only fun thing for LSG was going behind Josh English at such a higher price. And after LSG, we moved to RR. Okay, we moved to RR, another team who had a pretty I wouldn't say a pretty quiet day, to be honest. They had a few buys. They went behind Ravi Bishnoi, and they wanted to pair Ravi Bishnoi with Jadeja, the leggy. They went behind Cam Green, but they lost. They actually spent their everything for Cam Green. Uh, then they got Susant Misra, Yash Raj Punia, Vignesh Putur from Mumbai Indians, the wicketkeeper batter Ravi Singh, and the bowler Adam Milne and Kuldeep Sen. If I'm not wrong, Kuldeep Sen was with Rajasthan Royals in the previous seasons as well, and they got Adam Milne. They outbid Delhi Capitals because Delhi Capitals didn't have enough budget. So yeah, Adam Milne is a good addition. He will be paired up with Berger and Jofra Archer. So yeah, and Quinn Mafaka as well from South Africa. So they have pretty four pacers, foreign pacers, and with Sam Curran, which makes the list five. So there are five foreign pacers. So it will be interesting who actually gets a chance in the playing 11. And do I have any questions? JFM unsold. Yeah, JFM went unsold. He was actually the first player who came under the hammer today. He went unsold. Then he again came back later on, but again went unsold in the accelerated auction. So yeah, JFM went unsold. And yeah, in the BBL a couple of days back, he had a pretty yesterday itself, and he had a pretty underwhelming day. He was looking good, but then he did what he does best, throwing away his wicket, and he did the same. So yeah, no, not much backing for JFM to actually get the call. So he went unsold. So the next team is SRH. SRH actually had a very quiet day for majority part of the auction. They are still left with 5.5 CR, and they bought someone like Jack Edwards and Liam Livingstone, the lower order guys, the someone who can bat in the lower order, lower middle order, and can give you some spin bowling options. And now interesting thing is, who are they actually going to play? If they are not going to drop Travis Head, they are not going to drop their captain Pat Cummings, then the other guys, Henrik Klassen, you are not going to drop him. If you play Lam Livingstone, I hope that Jack Edwards is actually a backup. He's still, I'm doubtful if he has even debuted for Australia right now. So if Livingstone is the next option, then they have to bank upon the Indian bowling unit apart from Patrick Cummings. And they don't have, I am doubtful how much Indian bowling they have. They got Sivam Mavi. Definitely Sivam Mavi is in good touch, he's even batting well, he's in good fitness. They have Braden Cars, but he won't be getting a chance in the playing 11. They have Harshal Patel, Jairav Unadkat. So yeah, they would be, and Isan Malinga is also there. But then again, if they go for Liam Livingstone, then they can't play them. And I'm doubt so I'm really doubtful about the combination, but they are probably thinking that we are going to score 300 runs and that's it. If Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma fails, then there are Klassen and Livingstone for you. So yeah, pretty scary batting lineup. Like the bowlers would be having sleepless night before an SRH game. So yeah, that's about SRH. And then coming in Mumbai Indians, and Mumbai Indians again came up with the lowest ever purse in all IPL auctions combined. So, but they did a pretty good job in the trade window, and they actually got a few names. They got Quinton de Kock. They brought Quinton de Kock back. They actually got Green, and as the owner of Mumbai Indians mentioned that they went behind Green for respect, and they got de Kock back, and de Kock and Ryan Rickelton, who is a miniature copy of de Kock, who looks up to de Kock, and having both of them there. So yeah, a lot of it will be interesting to see who starts in the starting 11. But yeah, good time for having a legend, of having your idol in the same team as you. And a few youngsters, they got their youngsters at by best price, and uh, they would be loving it. They went behind Salil Arora as well. Salil Arora probably went to SRH, and he's a good. He's from Punjab, a wicketkeeper batter, and he's going pretty good in the middle order. Scored 100 as well, so he's going around the chart. So yeah, pretty interesting buy for SRH as well. And since Mumbai Indians is going after you, then there is definitely some potential in you. So yeah, that's for Mumbai. I want to know your view on who had the best auction and who was the best and the worst pick. So that's a complicated one, to be honest. But the best auction, who had the best auction? Mm, uh, I'm not really sure who has the best auction. Uh, RCB, I would say. RCB had a good auction, but I'm not talking about. But let me leave alone those teams that actually had their bases covered. Let's talk about the ones who actually didn't have their bases covered. And I feel KKR did a good job with the money they had, and even Delhi Capitals did a fine job. Like they had a holes to fill, and and they did well. Like they have foreign bowling options along with Mitchell Stark, and they have that Akib guy. So in the pace bowling, they have given them enough options. So they lack a bowler who can take wickets with the new ball. So they brought in Akib, who has that skill. They have Mukesh, but Mukesh is not delivering even in the smat. Then they brought in Ngidi and Jamieson, who are actually test bowlers and can bowl with the new ball. And they have kept Stark and Natarajan for the death bowling. So depending upon the combination, if they can play two foreign bowlers, one for the new ball, one for old ball, but that would be interesting. Then for the lower order finishing role, they have with Stubbs they have even paired Miller, and for opening, if Prithvi can open with KL, that can actually give the option for, as Gaurav mentioned, like us, having this thing, having a pair for having KK, having a pair of KL and Prithvi opening. And if they open, that actually gives Delhi Capitals to recreate the team that they had in the 2020. So in 2020, 2021, they were able to achieve so much success because they had the top four as Indian batters, and then 5-6 with foreigners, where you lack Indian quality, and then pace bowling as foreigners. If Prithvi can do that, Delhi Capitals can actually replicate that thing. Having KL, Prithvi, Rana, and Aksar in the top four, and then having Stubbs and Miller at 5-6, Asutosh, Vipras at 7-8, and then Kuldeep, Stark, and some Jamison or Engidi. And Natarajan comes in as the impact player. So that is a pretty good side with death bowling options and new ball bowling options, spin bowling options. So yeah, that looks little. So they have tried to give them that option, but yeah, but and if they can even put in Rizvi in the middle, if they are going with a foreign one, and they can drop Miller and play two guys. So they have given them as much options they can get. Still, I feel that if they would have gone for Finn Allen instead of Ben Duckett, that would have been a better choice. Having Nisanka, like Patum Nisanka, they have even given options there, like Ben Duckett or Nisanka. So yeah, they have done good job there. It will be interesting. So I will also say DC had a good auction, and they had a few youngsters as well. They bought a few youngsters. For the bad auction, I don't think it's tough to say anyone has a bad auction who had a bad auction, to be honest. Uh, so honestly, I cannot say who had the worst auction, because auctions is auction because uh, I feel most of the teams did good job today. Definitely, some will miss some pieces, and that we will only realize when we sit and discuss with all the teams they have created. But I kind of feel that SRH might have missed the trick of not going for a good foreign pacer. I just feel that because SRH batting was never the issue. The issue was bowling, and maybe you are going with, okay, I have a bad bowling, but I would fix it with even more batting. Then that's a interesting take, and maybe that becomes successful, but only time will tell. LSG also, I'm really doubtful. Like spending 9 CR on English, maybe they could have got a better bowler. Like Norkia's time is gone. He might do well. I really like Norkia, but I'm but even for South Africa, he's not doing well. In the IPL seasons, he hasn't done well. So I'm really doubtful. So who knows? But let's see. So yeah. So yeah, I guess we have gone through all the teams. I just went over Daily Capitals as well, and let's see how things goes. And yeah, so do you have any comments or anything, or maybe we can wrap this up? So yeah, currently we just have one person watching. So, and I feel Saptarsi is the only guy. So maybe we can wrap this up. Thank you guys. Thank you for your time. Okay, and okay, bye bye. Thank you.